Hi, welcome to Simple Logistics channel. So today I'm going to talk about one of the most important parts of logistics, which is the materials planning. So when I say that I work with logistics, most people intuitively think that I work with transport, which most of the time is true. So transport is a big part of logistics, but logistics also involves warehousing, so stocking goods, and the materials planning. Planning is really a big and a very important part of logistics. And why is that? Materials planning has the ability to make core requirements for warehousing, for example, less stringent, and so you need less space to warehouse material. You can streamline transport, fully utilizing the transport equipment. So it's very important that people don't forget the importance of materials planning. So if you want to do planning right for your company, the first thing that you have to take care of, or the first information that you have to gather, is about customer demand. So this is the main driver that will guide us during the materials planning. Every company, especially manufacturing companies, but also commercial distribution companies, wholesalers, and these kind of companies, it's very important to forecast customer demand for every product. Every product that you sell has a different customer demand, so planning has to be done individually for every single product, every single SKU in your warehouse. SKUs are stock keeping units. So every different commodity or every different product in your warehouse is a different SKU. So how can we get this information about future sales, these forecasts for customer demand? One way to get that is through analyzing historical data. So it would to give you information about seasonal demand. So some products have higher demand during the winter. Other products have a higher demand during the summer. Other products have a higher demand for Christmas or whatever. So seasonal demand or these behavior of the market is very important, and you can gather that through historical information, either from your company or through the segment. So sometimes industry organizations will publish statistical data about some market segments, and you can use that. The other way to do that is through forecasting, and that's mainly an area for marketing. So marketing department should help you with the input of that information, maybe sales department, depending on the company, will give you information about market forecasts and customer demand, how they are seeing that for the near future. The other important information is to have data about transit times or lead times. So how much time since you order some material or you order some components, some raw material from your supplier, how long does it take to get to your company. That lead time is a very important data. It will help you determine the point of request when your inventory reaches a certain level. So inventory starts very high, then goes down to a point that you have to signal the supplier that you need to refill your inventory. You continue to consume inventory, and then material from the supplier arrives and refills your inventory, then you off consuming again. It's very important to have these data from your supplier, or to gather these data from your systems. How long does it get since you make an order to the supplier to when the material arrives at your facilities? And the other important information is about size, about lot size. So sometimes suppliers will establish a minimum order quantity, and that will be your main information. So I can order new quantities of material, but I have to wait until I need a certain amount of material. That will also determine the size of my stock. Or you can calculate that using economical order quantities. Sometimes your economical order quantity, based on your costs, especially transportation costs, will be even higher than the minimum order quantity established by the supplier. Every company should simulate or make these calculations about minimum order quantity. There's a lot here on YouTube tutorials about how to calculate minimum order quantity. If you are interested, take a look at these videos. Maybe it's good information for you. This is a very critical data for material planning, and maybe it applies to you, and your company can save a lot on inbound transportation costs if you establish the right amount for the economic order quantities. Check out those videos. And the other important information is about the safety stock. Safety stock is established based on each company's policy. So each company has a different approach to risk. Some companies like to take more risk than others. And but as a rule of thumb, I will say that the safety stock is at least your average consumption or your average sale of a given item for one lead time of that same material, that same item. And why is that? Because sometimes when you reach the reorder point, you may either miss it because you have wrong inventory information, some communication problem in the warehouse. Sometimes you send the order, but the supplier doesn't get the order, especially with orders by email instead of using electronic data interchange. That may happen. And sometimes the supplier will get the order, will receive the order information on time, but he will delay due to some internal problem. Sometimes he has the supplier is hit by a strike, or he has a machine breakdown or something like that, and he delays his production. So it's always good to have a safety stock, at least the size of the average lead time. So if the supplier takes twice the amount of time it usually takes to fulfill your order or to deliver the material to you, you're still okay. You will not have a supply chain rupture. And this is the difference between having a lot of assembly line stops or having a smooth production. So safety stock is very important, but it also represents a cost. So every inventory is a financial burden to the company. So this has to be weighted very carefully. So that's why I say that safety stock is usually down to company policy. Must not be taken lightly. It's very important calculation for the company because it will determine the running costs for the company. So you really should get together with the higher management to establish those policies before you calculate the safety stock for each material that your company needs. Okay, so that was the tip for today about materials planning. I hope that this is useful for you guys. Thank you very much, and like, subscribe, keep coming back for more videos like this. Okay, thank you. Bye.